Hey everybody, it is Captain Corrosive here, bringing you part 6 of my scammer love story. I am really tired right now, so I'm going to bed, but I had to get this out there. I had to keep it rolling. Stuff is getting really funny. I've convinced him now that I am part of this cult, and in order to get his money from me, he's got to do some ridiculous shit. So go ahead and watch, see what happens. I'm going to read the emails first. That does take a minute, so if you're not in the mood for all that, you can skip it, read it quickly, and move on, whatever floats your boat. But I went ahead and did the voices in my head. And at the end, there's a quick breakdown of what exactly I had this guy do for me. I'm pretty pleased with myself right now, and at the end of it, I got myself a trophy, so... Still haven't done the reveal to my scammer. That is coming up shortly. There's going to be a part 7 for sure, and then probably a part 8, and then we're probably gonna break up. Stay tuned.
Hello, darling. I tried to call you last night. It wouldn't go through. I couldn't make any arrangements online, so I have to drive to the nearest MoneyGram location, which will take about 2 hours. I got into an argument with the people at the facility last night. I told them I had to leave for the day and on my own and go to Winnemucca, but they said I wasn't allowed to leave town until Saturday because of the contract I signed. They wouldn't listen to me, so I'm going over there now to talk to them and explain to them how important it is that I leave and on my own, not with a handler. They've had a handler with me at all times because of the intense program I'm on. I'm certain if I talk to Tilak in person, he will understand and tell them it's okay for me to go. He will know what to tell them. One way or another, I will get the money to you today, darling. Do not worry. I will make sure I find a way to get to the MoneyGram for you. I love you, darling. My phone doesn't work the greatest out here, but I found that app you told me about, the What's Up app. Please tell me how I can find you on there. I miss you, babe, and I can't wait to get all this done and you home so we can finally be together. Kisses. I'm leaving now with my handler to go talk to Talik. I got his name wrong again. It's supposed to be Tilak. And get released to go drive to the MoneyGram place, babe. Talk to you soon. Honey, I can understand, my love. I am sorry you have to go through all of this for me, my love. Honey, with the WhatsApp app, after installing it, run it, and follow the instructions on the app, honey. Or better still, try to get someone to fix it for you. It's very common. I really miss you so much. Have you been allowed to leave? Is everything okay with you? I really feel so ashamed and embarrassed of myself after you explain to them. They will know your husband to be needs your help badly. I'm sorry I'm feeling this way. Honey, kindly do all you can to send me the MoneyGram today. It really important. I do, my love. I have no physical money on me. Kisses. Love you, darling.
Hello, my name is Tilak Fernando, and I am the curator of the Rising Winds, a spiritual rehabilitation center in association with the International Church of Christ. I have helped hundreds of people in spiritual crisis to regain their connection to God and find salvation. I have a large following, and for good reason, because I offer them the gift of enlightenment and spiritual strengthening. Now, I have a woman in my care at this facility by the name of Rhonda McAlery. She has come to us in a state of serious spiritual crisis and joined our month-long program to heal her soul and restore her faith. She has signed a legally binding contract that specifically states she is not to leave the facility without permission and being accompanied by a counselor we call handlers. Up until now, we've allowed her to stay off-site in a hotel and maintain possession of her phones and ID cards, etc. After what happened this morning, we have pulled those privileges from her. Rhonda came to us explaining she needed to leave town and drive 60 miles away to help her husband. Now, I've only known Rhonda for a short time, but her documentation clearly shows that she is an unmarried woman, So I assumed she was lying to us and trying to find an excuse to run away from this place and her own spiritual salvation. She became quite irate and was behaving erratically, trying to leave. So we had to have the medical staff come and sedate her. She is fine and under their care for now. She swore to me that you were real, and she didn't make you up and lie. She said I could email you and find out for myself. So I'm sending you this email to clear things up here. Are you in fact a real person? Do you know this woman, Rhonda McAlery? What is your relationship with her? Clearly you are not legally married, but are you in fact romantically involved with her? Do you have intentions to marry her, as she claims? And are you truly in need of her assistance, or is she making it all up? If you could get back to me and help clear this all up, that will be great. Thank you. Sincerely, Tilak Fernando, curator of Rise and Winds, International Church of Christ.
Hello, Tilak. How are you doing, Tilak? I must say that I am glad to hear from you, because I was beginning to get really worried about my wife. She has told me about you, Tilak, the curator of the Rising of Winds and the Spiritual Rehabilitation Center associated with the International Church of Christ. Talika, Fernando, you are really doing a great work helping the people in spiritual crisis to regain their connection to God, finding salvation and spiritual strengthening. I will urge and encourage you to continue with the marvelous work you are doing by making people see the light and getting closer to God, our Father in heaven. I know the Lord Almighty will make you extremely great and well known all over the U.S. with time.
I am a very strong Christian man, and I put God first in all my endeavors. God has done a lot for me. I am a living testimony to the wonderful, great works the Lord can do for his servants, as long as you completely worship and adore him faithfully in spirit, all truth, loyalty, and honesty, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. He made me the wealthy man I am today. As a matter of fact, I was the one who advised and encouraged my wife Rhonda to see a priest and get really close to God after she explained everything that happened with her best friend Martha, before her death and after Martha's death as well. Right from the time Martha was at the hospital until the time of her death, her burial and after her burial. About the spider she saw, and later weren't there. The box filled with a very strange devilish stuff, some kind of voodoo curse box, as she explained. She was so scared about that and confused. If I was home, this is a lot of shit to read. We both would have had fasted and prayed seriously for a week, and I know that our Father in heaven will have answered our prayers. So I advise her to get in touch with a good priest or a good man of God to seek a spiritual assistance. So, Chalika, that was how she ended up at your rehabilitation center. She has told me a lot about how wonderful and great she has been treated at your rehabilitation center with so much care, love, and understanding. You made me understand that she is really happy there, feeling great, and she is no more scared and confused anymore, and will be going back home after the contract she has signed with you is soon. We both agreed on my arrival we shall both come back to the rehabilitation center to say hi, so I can have the opportunity to meet you and show my appreciation. Now, on a very more serious note, I do love Rhonda with all of my heart and soul. Actually, she is the one that makes me happy. We are still working on our marriage documents. I actually feel incredibly incomplete when I don't hear from her within a couple of hours. I become very down and unhappy. I am incomplete without her. I am so surprised that you are asking if I am real. I am not supposed to answer this question of yours, but I have the fear of God in me. To answer your questions, yes, I am a real person. Yes, we shall get married officially very soon, and documentation is still in process. Now, that is a load of shit right there. There's never been any talk about marriage. There is no documentation in process, obviously, so funny. I know Rhonda McAlery and love her so much. It is very true. I urgently need her assistance, seriously. It's a matter of life and death here. That was why she was unhappy with you when you prevented her from driving out of a town in order to help me. She isn't a rude or deviant person. You really didn't have to sedate her. Anyway, she isn't making anything up. She is the best, honest person I have ever met, and so real as well. I have one humble request. Please, with all due respect, kindly restore all her privileges today, so she can drive her there today and go help me today, because I urgently need her assistance seriously. It's a very serious matter of life and death here. Very important. Kindly do take good care of her for me, please. She is all I have got. I love her with my life, and I will marry her soon. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, and kindly do inform her to reach me ASAP. Fernando, keep up with the good work of God. Hopefully we shall meet soon. Sincerely, Glenn.
Hello, sir. This is Tilak. I apologize for the delay, but I've been in a meeting with the High Council about your situation, and we have good news for you indeed. I'm very relieved to find out that you are in fact real. I was truly worried that Rhonda had become delusional and made it all up. So I'm very happy to hear from you, and know that she was not telling us lies. She was very upset and inconsolable over all this. I'll guarantee that our medical staff is taking very good care of her. They did have to sedate her, but only to be sure that she wouldn't hurt herself or others. As soon as she wakes up, we will tell her that we have confirmed her story that should calm her down, and we will allow the medication to wear off. She won't be able to drive anywhere tonight, I'm afraid. It would be dangerous with the sedative in her system. We will have to clear her medically first. I'm sure you understand that. I know she will be very happy to hear we've cleared this all up. From what she told me, she is very much in love with you. From what you have said, I can also see that you seem to be a very upright and virtuous man who loves her as well. I'm very glad to hear that your intentions to marry her are genuine, as the last thing she needs in her fragile spiritual state is a broken heart. You see, all that I am concerned with is Rhonda's spiritual well-being. She was not emotionally or spiritually strong enough to come back to God on her own. She agreed to this, and that is why she signed over the trust of her well-being to us here at Rising Winds. It is very important that we do right by her.
I do believe in the strength and power of true love as a gift from God, and would like to be able to give your relationship my support and blessing. She has certainly proved to us by her actions that she truly loves you and would do anything for you. On her end, I am convinced of this. Your words to me have rang true to the love and testament of God. I have told this to the High Council and spoken on your behalf, but to be certain they must know that you are also true as a man of action. You see, normally our program only supports a relationship that has gone through intense counseling as well as tests of faith and fidelity. There are 3 ceremonies usually completed over 3 months. However, considering the extreme circumstances of your situation, I have taken this matter to the High Council, and they have all agreed to make an exception for you and Rhonda. We will forego the usual process and allow you to complete the ceremony symbolically. If you can do this, then the International Church of Christ will validate your relationship and assist Rhonda in assisting you any way we can. So, let me explain what we need for you to do. First, there is the ceremony of purity. Normally, we have the man partake in the building of a church or other sacred facility. In this way, he has proven his worthiness to stand in the house of God. For your situation, we have agreed that a picture of your feet within a church or holy place will suffice. This is to represent that you are worthy to stand in the house of God. We normally have our members enter barefoot, but considering you are in a strange country, and not who you say you are, you don't have to do that. It might be against their customs, and we understand that. Just a simple picture of a church, and then your feet and shoes standing within the church will suffice. The second ceremony is that of dedication. Usually we have the couple hold hands without breaking grip for 2 hours while they read from one Bible together. Clearly we could not have Rhonda and you do this since you are in a different country. The council decided that if you could get 2 people, any 2 people, to hold hands and hold up one Bible, that would be good enough. In fact, it would be a sign that you can bring people together for a worthy cause in a foreign country. A very admirable virtue indeed. Again, a picture of them holding hands in the Bible will be good enough evidence for us. Finally, there is the ceremony of fidelity. This is where the couple paints each other's names on their palms in red paint. They have to keep the paint there for 2 weeks without it coming off, and this way they prove that they are truly committed and capable of following through with a relationship. Since we can't have you two do this either, and because your situation is urgent, we've decided that you may show this another way. Find a tree there, anywhere, and carve Rhonda's name into it. Send us a picture of that, and we will consider the ceremony complete. If you do these 3 simple symbolic gestures and send us the pictures as evidence, we will consider the ceremonies to be completed and sign off on your and Rhonda's relationship as being acknowledged by the International Church of Christ. I understand you are in urgent need, but I'm afraid the council has spoken, and there can't be no other way. Do these 3 things, and we will do everything in our power to aid Rhonda in coming to your assistance in any way you need, for you shall be as man and wife in our eyes. If you cannot, or refuse to do the symbolic ceremonies, I'm afraid I cannot assist you any further. Even I must obey the rulings of the High Council, and they have said this is the only way it can be allowed. If you fail to perform the ceremonies, we will have no choice but to forbid Rhonda from contacting you or seeing you until her contract has been fulfilled. I'm sorry, but you see, there is no other way. I hope you will find the strength in God and in your love for Rhonda to complete the ceremonies. As soon as you do, I personally will make this situation a priority and get Rhonda where she needs to go in order to help you. You have my word and promise as a man of God. If you have any questions about the ceremonies, please let me know and I will explain further. We have tried to make it as simple for you as we can. Please send me the pictures as soon as possible and we will get Rhonda on the road. Thank you for your cooperation. Sincerely, Tilak.
Alright, so this is where stuff starts to get really funny. I'm sure you could kind of catch what I did there trying to get him to do what I want him to do, but he sends me this, which hopefully you can see it, but he sends Rhonda the copy of the emails between him and Tilak. So, in essence, he is sending me my own scammer emails right now, trying to share the secret with me, so that's pretty great. And next, he pretty much just complains about how hard it's going to be for him to do that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right, buddy. Everybody's got a cell phone. You can figure it out. And then he sends me a message and, complains to me about how hard it was going to be. Asks me what I think about his reply to Tilak. That's pretty cool. And I just told him, oh, you got to do what they said. You got to convince the High Council, my love. Let them know. So you need to try, and I'm doing what I can. And, of course, Tilak responds to his complaint and says, I understand your situation, buddy, but you're going to have to do something here because the High Council wants some proof. So I'm really just pushing him to get him to do what I want. He says he's, of course, ready to please them, but it's so hard. But, like I said, he can figure it out. And, of course, eventually he does. And here I am just pushing him some more, saying, you're going to have to do something. You got to meet that proper criteria. Oh, but don't worry, Tilak's on our side, but now he's got to go up against the High Council for us. And then he sends me this. He's like, look, you can just go to MoneyGram online. Just click this now. This can all be over. I don't have to do all that stupid shit. And I'm like, no, don't have my cards. They took them all away, so I can't do anything online. You need to go and do my fucking scavenger hunt, scammer piece of shit. Just go fucking do it. And Tilak sends him one more email before he goes before the High Council, like, hey, buddy, did you get anything for us? And, I didn't know if he was going to pull through or not, but I got to give it to the guy.
Bless his little scammer heart, he figured something out, and here he is all confident. "How are you doing this wonderful day the Lord has made for us?" he says to Tilak. And then, I guess, he couldn't do everything I asked, but he did give it a good old try. Here is a very photoshopped picture of this man, whoever this poor man is that he stole these pictures from, photoshopped into a church. There is a picture of this on Google. It is a church in the Philippines. That is definitely the same exact picture, different colors, but anyway, yeah, that's his amazing Photoshop job. Probably took him 2 hours. Now, this one I wasn't so happy with. This is clearly just some stock footage he fucking found online. And I don't know why he did that. It would have been so easy just to get two fucking strangers on the street to hold hands and hold up a Bible. I was trying to get a picture of the town or maybe some local people. Like, maybe he'd have some of his little fucking scammer buddies do it. Somebody local. But he's fucking dumb. So, moving on. And this is really... This one floats my fucking boat. So that is my fake scam baiting name, Rhonda, with an H, mind you, Rhonda, carved into a tree in fucking Ghana. This is a tree in Accra, Ghana, Africa, with my fucking name on it right now, and this pleases me greatly. So at least he managed to do that. I suppose he didn't have a way to fake it, or a lazy little bastard probably would have. I'm not sure what kind of tree this is. I tried Googling it. The closest I could get is maybe one of their rubber trees. The white sap's pretty creepy. But, anyhow, yep, here he is all proud of himself and sends me these fucking pictures, and he completed my cult ceremonies. So I guess now, me and him are married. Yeah. Anyway, I was expecting a little better, but... altogether, I'm gonna go ahead and call that a win. The stock footage sucks, the shitty fucking Photoshop is hilarious. But, I'm pretty proud of the tree. I'm pretty proud of that right there, so...